Babala amaso.
Ecco, Simbona.
Simbona. Sapelona?
Oui.
Yolanda. Examen visuel.
Examen visuel. Wumvise tugira abe ingena aho ugeze kubona muganga arakubaza ngo ndakubaza aho biraba hejuru hasi hariya hari canke simbona uravyumva hagarara.
Ok. Maintenant ça va? Premier ça va?
Oya.
Oya. Continue
Subira
avant.
tambuka intambwe imwe.
Continue avant. Maintenant ça va? Oh, ok, madame.
ngo garaba amaroro urabe ko hari ico ubona ubona hari gahindutse umubwire atagihindutse naho nyene ubivuge hakaraba
Hilo.
aka
Hilo.
amaga kanyuma
Hilo. Ecco.
Bella.
Carabine.
Oh, ça va, ça va. Sur la agasakano angaha. Oui. Et que là, regardez Uganda. La tête ne brille pas comme Hoima. Eh oui. Regardez lampe rouge. Oui, ça va. La barre joue. En bas, face. Halia, gauche. Droite. Droite, oui. Regardez-moi. Molave, andava. Andava. Oui, ça va, ça va. Parce que cataracte il y a. Ça va, madame. Regardez pour le dehors. Ok. Oh, Yolanda. Fauteuil est difficile. Parce que cataracte il y a. Ok. Fauteuil noch. L'œil gauche, fauteuil noch mal. L'œil droit, pas bien. Ok, ça va, Oui, parce que il y a. Ok. Français. Cataracte.
A very good evening. It has been a very beautiful Saturday and it's the 14th of May 2020 as we come to the end of the day. Thank you so much for joining us on UBC TV Inspiring Uganda and welcome to UBC News Tonight with me Sharon Kyomugisha, joined by Mugalu Mohammed on sign language. In our top stories of the day. In UBC News Tonight, Masindi accident kills 5 and injures several others. Still to come, diplomats encourage young girls to embrace education. In our Let Her Stories, Team MK 48 launches drive to keep Kampala city clean. And in our Sports Buganda Land Board to support Uganda Woodball League. Now in the news of the hour, Prime Minister Robna Nabanja has asked Bunyoro sub-region residents to utilize the parish development model funds to tap into oil and gas opportunities. This was during the belated Women's Day celebrations for Hoima district held at Chabigambire sub-county headquarters, Hoima district. Ashraf reports.
The Prime Minister Robna Nabanja is urging communities to actively engage in intensive farming by growing crops like bananas, avocados, onions, tomatoes and cabbages, among others, for home consumption and for sale. Nabanja also wants communities in the Albertine region to rear livestock and keep poultry, among others, to supply to companies working in the oil projects.
Iwe tokyalima majani, iwe tokyalima bicholi. Tuseule enterprises zikuruga mu sente ng'obutungulu, ng'ennyanya, ng'ebitooke, emwani zikusobola kukola bagambe alona bakede kuleeta sente. Ogende mu kulunda ente, enkoko, empunu nuko osobole kutunga sente. Bakuteeta intensive farming.
The Prime Minister was officiating a belated Women's Day celebrations for Hoima district held at Chabigambire sub-county headquarters, appealed to the Albertine region leaders to mobilize their communities in order to benefit from government's programs.
District kusaba, Madam Member of Parliament, tujja kusindika na ministers hanu, somesa abantu baitu, bamanye Paris modo, nicho chichi.
Hoima District Chairperson for Women Council, Margaret Ruhigwa, says that since oil and gas resources were identified, some families were compensated but used their finances badly. The Premier also commissioned the Hoima Scaling Centre that is being constructed by the Hoima District Woman Member of Parliament, Harriet Businge Mugenyi. Hoima District Woman Member of Parliament Harriet Businge Mugenyi says the Scaling Centre will help provide skills to the youth and women and in turn enable them to economically sustain themselves.
And we believe that by the end of this year, the first phase will be complete to allow us to recruit the women and the youth for the skills.
The National NRM Vice Chairperson for the Central Region, Godfrey Chiwanda Subi, urged the people of Bunyoro to work hard to improve their livelihoods.
Nti byagenda okukola ekisanja kino kateekewo bagenda okutendekera abavubuka abakyala n'abaami webale nnyo webali ddala okwatiddeko ekibiina kyaffe kya NRM.
Buheju County Member of Parliament Francis Mujuche asked for unity among the Banyoro if the area is to develop. The function attracted members of parliament from different parts of the country, local leaders from Bunyoro and NRM party leaders, among others.
So in our latest stories of the day, 5 people have died and over 40 others rushed to nearby hospitals in a critical condition following a road accident involving a Fuso lorry. Now the accident occurred around Bwijanga Trading Center, Masindi District, and we have more details on the story.
Speeding coupled with overloading has been blamed for this Saturday's accident that killed 5 in Masindi District.
Egwire isire bantu kabana bantu bakafa bali bani kyonko speed nyeginagire benye bikomuno speed be yamani aluzingire konto speed be yamani muka yikulingura ekako yayemera.
Masindi District Speaker Moses Kiria was among the leaders who made efforts to evacuate survivors to Hoima and Lacho referral hospitals.
We have lost lives and we are flooded in the hospital. we have majorly been giving attention to those who are critically in bad situation. So far we have 2 ambulances here that are loading 3 of them. We are mobilizing other 2 ambulances to make sure we can distribute all these people for more attention as we also manage the situation of the rest of the people.
Masindi Main Hospital health educator Julius Tukamhawe said health workers were trying their best to save lives of those evacuated.
Now here in the ward we have not received any deaths, but some of the patients are in good conditions. But so far here nobody has died. Health workers are doing all what can be done to save their life.
Albertine Region Police spokesperson Julius Hakiza says police dispatched a team of traffic officers to ascertain cause of the accident. Hakiza says that while the driver is still at large, the vehicle has already been towed to Masindi Central Police Station.
So bodies were also conveyed at Masindi Hospital mortuary for postmortem. The driver is still at large. And the cause of accident, yes, the investigations are on. The probable cause, we shall give you more details as we investigate.
Now, State Minister for Foreign Affairs Okello Oryem has asked girls to ignore men who lure them into relationships to avoid consequences like pregnancies that might lead them to dropping out of schools. Oryem was in company of 6 ambassadors from different countries who spoke to students at Uganda SS during an event organized by Ministry of Foreign Affairs.
The Minister of Foreign Affairs has embarked on the National Empowerment Lecture of girls dubbed Breaking the Bias, aimed at monitoring and empowering girls to start school. These lectures involved prominent persons and successful women giving inspiring lectures to girls through motivation speeches. The ambassadors representing some countries, including European Union, Ethiopia, Botswana, among others, encouraged the students to persist in education despite of the challenges.
As development partners and members of the diplomatic community, we are committed as ever before to continue supporting the government, civil societies, community and schools to empower women and girls to achieve their full potentials.
The Ugandan government and the President, His Excellency Yoweri Museveni, needs appreciation on the effort Uganda has had an impressive record on women empowerment.
Unless the men in our society understand the value of their sisters, of their wives, of the girls and women around them, and that we are all equally valuable, we will not be able to effectively address uneven gender development.
The Japanese ambassador to Uganda, Fukuzawa Hidimoto, promised bursaries to students to study in Japan.
I want to see Uganda Secondary School in the application and go to Japan and to study our rich history.
The woman MP Uganda District, Sauda Kauma, asked stakeholders to advocate for girls who failed to resume studies after the COVID-19 induced lockdown.
We have had so many challenges in this COVID era. The girls here have not been affected because for them they are back at school. But we have so many girls down there in the villages who have failed to make it back to school. It is us to fight today to be the voice for those girls.
Minister for Foreign Affairs, Okello Oryem, who officiated the lecture, cautioned girls to avoid being engaged in relationships with men for no particular reason.
Recently, during this COVID situation, I went to my village and I was shocked. I'm sure in Uganda here also. I was shocked to find their colleagues, young girls, in S1, P7, P6, pregnant. Hundreds of them, hundreds of girls, babies in fact, babies. The P6 girl getting pregnant, the P7 girl getting pregnant. How? Not one, not two, not three, hundreds. dear girls, please, let us concentrate on education, let us educate, be professional, and let us refuse these men who come and tell you all the good things in your ears when you're not in school. Oh, I love you, I like the way you walk, I love you.
The head of the school, Monica Kagoya, asked the minister and other stakeholders for construction of more classrooms as their main challenge.
In classrooms serving 1,815 students. This number of classes is too small, yet the demand for the school from the community and beyond is overwhelming. This being the only girls' secondary school in Central Busoga Diocese. We have had to partition the main halls to accommodate some classes, and all the laboratories have been converted into classes. The very high classroom students ratio jeopardizes efficient teaching and learning, more so the practical lessons and the implementation of the new curriculum, which requires adequate space for students to interact during discussions. The congestion in the classrooms also hinders the teachers from effective supervision of students during lessons, and yet the demand for the school is growing annually.
The students hailed the initiative that has energized them to concentrate on studies.
And in case we are given a facility that can accommodate the number of students, then we can have the children participating and teachers being able to have, we shall be able to have efficient learning.
I feel delighted about this event because I've really learned a lot. I've developed the confidence that I can do something in this country, Uganda, and I can change something. I can help some other girls there at the lower.
Uganda SS is a girls' school which has produced many students.
Now, the State Minister for Information, Communication Technology and National Guidance, Joyce Sebugwao, has urged women entrepreneurs to embrace technology for effective competition in business environment. Now, Bosa was officiating the annual general meeting of the Uganda Women's Entrepreneurs Association Limited. We have more details from Luwama Abdunasir.
Their hands for
The Minister of State for Information, Communication and Technology, Joyce Nabosa Sebugwao, implored members of Uganda Women's Entrepreneurs Association Limited to embrace technology in the promotion of their enterprises.
And use the technology which we have now at the moment in the country. You can use it anywhere you are, so it will become very easy and very cheap. Because you don't have to look for rent, you don't have to look for transport. You can do it even at your house, even in your bedroom. You can make business, and it's very easy, very simple. So I'm encouraging all the women. You come out and encourage so many women and young girls to come and join ICT.
Minister Nabosa is also a founding member of Uganda Women's Entrepreneurs Association Limited, advised women through their association to take advantage of the design development projects to enhance household incomes.
Very useful projects, very good projects, and I'm encouraging all women to come and join. When the project is brought in your place, make sure you participate. These programs are always there, but you know what is going on? People are ignoring them. They put politics in the project.
However,
please use all the
acting
opportunity
chairperson
you can
Judith
get
Bakiria
from the government.
appeals for stringent conditions attached to financial access hindering the growth of women businesses.
Financial instruments, women need capital to grow their business, but the money that is available in banks sometimes is not user-friendly to women. The terms are very stringent. Women most times are not registered. They don't have records. So that is a major challenge. While the money is there, they may not be able to get it. But also the fact that women don't own land. Sometimes they have businesses which must be based on land, but the land is not theirs. The land depends on the man.
The commitment of the association managers is leaning on skilling their members with the necessary financial literacy and value addition to meet market demands.
But what we are helping women is to link them to financial institutions. For example, Uganda Development Bank. I'm happy to announce that today we have signed a memorandum of understanding with them where they will first train women, prepare them before they give them user-friendly loans. And this is to help them in post-COVID so that their businesses can move ahead.
The Uganda Women Entrepreneurs Association Limited is marking 35 years since it was formed, and it is currently has 15,000 members engaged in medium and small businesses. Abdul Nasser Lubwama, UBC News.
You're still watching UBC News Tonight. In more stories, Kampala residents have this Saturday participated in a Keep Kampala Clean exercise as part of Land Forces Commander Lieutenant General Muhoozi Kainerugaba 48th day celebrations. Now, the exercise attracted ministers, members of parliament, area leaders and residents. Take a look.
Hundreds of Kampala residents have this Saturday participated in a Keeping Kampala Clean exercise as part of the birthday celebrations for Lieutenant General Muhoozi Kainerugaba. The initiative intends to draw awareness and support towards keeping Kampala and its environs clean. The event attracted members of parliament, ministers, lower-level leaders, among others.
We are here to celebrate the good works of the General Kainerugaba.
Minister wa Kampala ndi musanyufu nnyo okulaba kitulongoosa ekibuga kubanga manyi nti obucaafu bwonna butuleetera endwadde ezikola ki ezigenda okututta.
The call for tapping into several government programs was almost echoed by every speaker, though some city leaders lamented over slow implementation of some initiatives.
Nze mbasaba tubeere n'empisa, mbasaba tubeere bakkakkamu, mbasaba tukole programs za gavumenti. Bogedde ku parish model, nsaba njogereko katono nnyo parish model. Parish model tegenda tekubanga miyoga. Parish model egenda kubanga eri ku parish yo yennyini. Kitegeeza LCT chairperson wo gwe walonda, kansala ajja kubanga kwali, ow'abalema ajja kuba kwali, ow'abakyala ajja kuba kwali. Ssente ezo mujja kutuulanga mmwe mugambe nti kino kyetwagala ku parish.
To the Minister in charge of Economic Monitoring, Peter Ogwang, this was an opportunity to sound a strong warning to those misusing government funds.
I want to thank Mzee Kaguta Museveni, our president. We are what we are because of him. I call upon you, the people of here, let's give our Mzee very good trust and confidence. The problem is not him, the problem is us. Yes. Whom he gives jobs to go and do work, we don't do the what? The work.
Ogwang, who is currently traversing Wakiso district, checking on implementation of government programs, alerted Kampala city leaders that he is on his way to check on them as well.
I am putting you on notice. You have been playing with government money for long. Yes. Our time is not going to allow you to play with public funds anymore. I am happy the minister herself has invited me formally. She will speak about it. In Wakiso now, I have 12 civil servants who are in coolers. 12. And I've only handled two constituencies, Busiro South and Busiro East. What about the city here? The biggest chunk of public funds saved is here. Madam E.D., you're listening? I am coming.
Honorable Ogwang, I've invited you to Kampala, and I'm grateful for whatever you are doing in Wakiso, because I had multiple complaints in Wakiso. It's good you are in Wakiso. Continue, because 2 days back I was also in Wakiso, and I saw what took place there. Because buildings are collapsing, town clerks are not in office, and so many other things. So you can also come here in Kampala and see whatever is taking place.
General was represented by Michael Kaguta, also known as Toyota.
General MK. njagala bakakasa obudde bwonna ajja kubayitamu kubasiima.
The exercise was concluded by commissioning of a public water point situated at Usafi Market. Robert Onyango, UBC News.
Thank you so much, Robert Onyango, for that report. We'll take a short commercial break, and UBC News Tonight will be back with business stories, international and sports news.
Jennifer, Jukila, Lewagamba, I don't have waka. You passed the eyes through me about my waka. Now come and see for yourself, see my waka that I got with Momo Nyabo.
Simply deposit 20K or more on your mobile money for a chance to win 3 Toyota Succeeds and money to 2,000 lucky winners every week. We're giving away 24 cars and over 2 billion shillings of mobile money.
Football packages, great entertainment, sports, the local content, telenovela, the movies. There is something for everybody. Go TV, this is where our great stories live.
Get the best entertainment for any budget. With GoTV, you will have great entertainment for as little as 13,000 Ugandan shillings per month. GoTV, great stories, Zidiwano. GoTV Uganda, love it.
Even with my grandson, a doctor at my side, I struggled to get the help I needed. But he saw something that day. He began to work day and night. He wouldn't quit, even when people said no. He wouldn't stop fighting. He knew something had to change, and his vision was bigger than anyone could imagine. He made it possible to receive quality medical services anywhere in Uganda by simply using a phone.
This is a story of a regular Ugandan just like you, who harnessed the power of technology to provide a solution for us. How about you tell us your story? UG needs more of you. To share your story, visit airtel.co.ug/UG needs more of you, or call or SMS 162.
Airtel, the smartphone network.
The Oil and Gas Moment, brought to you by Petroleum Authority of Uganda, creating lasting value in Uganda's oil journey. In order to be contracted to supply goods and services for oil activities in Uganda, you must register on the National Suppliers Database. Between 2017 and 2021, close to 400 Ugandan entities were awarded various contracts to supply goods and services to the sector.
Tech Lab Limited is a geosciences company that has been offering geotechnical and geophysical investigation services to the East African market since its inception in 2002. Our experience working with Ama Energy has been a pleasurable one. The seismic surveys have always been on our radar, and when this opportunity came up, we put together a winning bid and became the first Ugandan company to provide seismic services under an oil and gas contract in Uganda.
Registration on the National Suppliers Database is free. Visit www.pau.go.ug, creating lasting value in Uganda's oil journey.
Beat the back-to-school hustle today. Pay school fees conveniently using Airtel Money. Dial *185#. Select option 6, school fees.
Select to pay using Bridge Schools, School Pay or Beg Pay.
Select option 1, pay fees. Enter student number. Enter the amount. Enter the PIN number to complete payment. Airtel Money. Instant, secure, borderless.
Thank you so much for keeping it on UBC TV, Inspiring Uganda. In our business stories, the Minister for Karamoja Affairs, Dr. Mary Goreti Kitutu, has urged the Minister for Foreign Affairs, Mary Goreti Kitutu, I beg your pardon, now Minister of State for Teso Affairs, Dr. Kenneth Ongalo Obote, has embarked on sensitizing the public on the developments of government projects that are being injected in Teso sub-region. Now, Dr. Ongalo embarked on this exercise after realizing that most of government projects have failed in Teso sub-region due to laziness coupled with negative attitude of the beneficiaries.
Government of Uganda has funded numerous projects in Teso sub-region, but unfortunately some of the projects are not doing well due to negative attitude of the beneficiaries.
OWC, NOSAF, Emioga, now parish development model. So we have been emphasizing the mindset angle of the challenges that we have identified, that the biggest part of our problem, the biggest part of the barrier to development is the mindset of the people we are working with.
The beneficiaries are partly to blame for the vice, especially the youth who waste a lot of time in trading centers doing unproductive work.
What is that sense of purpose which drives you to go to a trading center with the money and play cards and try to gamble to success? It is just not there as an opportunity. It can't be 0.00 something. Yeah, but if I went to my gardens, if we went fishing with the correct gear, if we engaged ourselves productively in any sphere.
This has given some politicians seeking cheap popularity opportunity to mislead youth on government projects.
I don't have powers to arrest people. Otherwise, I would arrest leaders who come and incite people when the government does something like that. Instead of coming to tell people, use it wisely, because it's not going to come always. Use it well. You come and you begin inciting people, eat that money, it is yours, what will the government do?
This prompted the Minister for Teso Affairs, Dr. Kenneth Ongalo Obote, to launch a spirited fight against the vice by engaging beneficiaries with an aim of bridging the gap of development.
As much as we are going to plan, as much as we are going to come up with brilliant ideas from the center, but if we don't come down here and we interact with the people and we create a mindset which appreciates what is brought down here for what it is supposed to do, if we don't do that, we are going to continue throwing good money after bad money.
Dr. Ongalo was handing over dummy checks of over 240 million to over 40 selected groups under micro-support projects in Kaberamaido and Kalaki district. Residents and local leaders hailed government through the Ministry of Teso Affairs for its tireless efforts in fighting poverty in the region.
As the people of Kaberamaido and on their behalf, I'm very grateful for what government is doing. We think that this is the direction government should keep following. If development is brought to the village level to enable local people to make progress.
The ministry also supported Kalaki district with 350 million for upgrading of a Midikan Surambaya road.
Well, that brings us to the end of UBC News tonight that started at 8 and ending at around 31 past 8, meaning that we have about 29 minutes to get to 9 p.m. Thank you so much for watching. Do join us again at 10 p.m. for more news coming your way. My name is Sharon Kyomugisha with Ngalu Muhammad on sign language. For now, good night.